Hi, I am Ezenwai, and today we're going to talk about being a woman in business. This is Women's History Month. I am taking some time for myself and the business. If you're new to the page, I am going to try to do some more long content that's not just focused on legal services, but more human experience. I'm building the law firm. I do have a real estate brokerage as well that I don't really sell as much real estate anymore right now, but I work with friends and investors and we do buy and flip properties. So lots of activity going on that end. And also now building the community Elevate Your Estate. And I need to remind myself that this is a marathon, right? I'm building these things not for today, not for tomorrow, but really for the future and building things long term. But it's important to highlight that, especially this Women's History Month, being a woman in business can definitely be a very challenging position. I mean, if you're able to find people to outsource things that you can, that's great. But for most of us, it is managing home life, it is managing kids and kids' schedules and kids' extracurricular activities, while also trying to manage relationships and friendships and spousal relationships, and family and parents. And depending on where you are in life, it's older parents, younger kids, while still trying to run a business. And sometimes it can be very exhausting and we don't always talk about it. So this week actually, I was supposed to be traveling and I passed out. It wasn't anything super dramatic. I felt lightheaded. There was a lot of issues with the airline going back and forth. I felt lightheaded. I just kind of fainted a little bit. And I got back up, got some water, and I realized I don't remember when I ate. Like, I'm sure, blood sugar or whatever, but I don't remember what the last time I ate. I think I had breakfast, but then it was just one of those days that kept moving. And the biggest thing is that women, we're building businesses, but so many of us are exposed. We are risking the growth of the business at the expense of our health and our wellness. And also we are pushing and challenging ourselves to keep these things going. And sometimes you have to ask why, right? Why are we building it? Why are we doing it the way that we're doing? And how can we manage us being human first while also trying to grow this business? So for me, for example, I left a corporate job during COVID. It was right before COVID. Of course, no one anticipated COVID, but I quit right before COVID. And I quit then because I had young kids and my job had me traveling a lot. I wanted to be more present. I had just gone through a divorce. I wanted to be more present. I wanted to be more involved. And I didn't like that I was kind of always running. So I decided to start my own business. I already had the legal background from about 15 years prior, about 10 years prior, 15 or 18 now, 10 years prior. And I thought, well, I could use this. I could use it and start something and manage it on my schedule and, be a solo practitioner and see how things go. I also had my real estate license because that was a side hustle, a hobby, really something I enjoy doing, mostly for myself. It was also a way that helped me pay for college, helped me pay off my school loans. So I wanted to keep both things on. I mentioned that to say I started with the desire for flexibility and the desire for a certain freedom. And somehow within 5-6 years of starting my business, I got sucked into the rat race, but from a self-employed part, which is even worse, really, because it's chaotic. It's not as stable and consistent. The money retirement planning is not as structured. So you're having to utilize skills and plans that you weren't doing when you were in corporate. But you do realize that being an entrepreneur, everything falls on you, but you're also having to design your life. So there is that benefit of designing my life how I want it to be. But I do realize that I'm not always taking very good care of myself, which means I end up having a few more health issues than I think I would have had. But it makes me want to be more intentional with myself. So that's where the Elevate Your Estate community comes in. Because I have seen the challenges in entrepreneurship as a woman, as a young woman with a young family, I want to build this space where other people can come and have real conversations and real alignment and engage with each other. I want it to be global because I do have a Nigerian background and I go back and forth and I see business women on both ends, and I see that the struggles are still the same, slightly different depending on where you are, but the challenges are still the same. So This could be a way to bring women together, to have tough conversations. I've seen so many women with business ideas but lacking in structure. I see women who are very structured but don't know how to execute on their vision. I see so many entrepreneurs who are fast to move, go to market, but ignore legal responsibilities, structural requirements, business acumen in a way where they're not as comfortable saying, hey, I don't know this. Can we start at the very baseline? There are lots of conversations, lots of podcasts, lots of ways that people can learn, but I wanted this to be a space where I could share that information. People that may not know something can access something, and we can all really just help each other, because it can be a lonely experience. It can also be a very challenging experience mentally, sometimes physically, sometimes emotionally as well, right? Because you're essentially depending on yourself for everything. So I'm taking this Women's Month. One, the daily exhaustion of running a business can be a lot. You don't have to go it alone. You don't have to do it all by yourself. There is an opportunity to come join this community that could be helpful for you. Joining this community can be a way for you to continue to push that forward and enhance that process. It's also important that we force ourselves to get away from the hustle mentality, because the hustling can be even more draining. And the goal is not to hustle forever, right? The goal is to have a legacy, a plan, and something that you're building towards, which is why it's important to have a plan, an intentional plan about your legacy building, an intentional plan about the vision that you have for yourself and for your business and for your family. I know, because I am in the process, I am working on that right now. So I know that it's very important that what I'm building right now is able to outlast me. And able to provide something for my children to hold on to, and able to provide something that potentially affects and helps the future phase. So if you are in that space, if you are thinking, oh my God, I want to be in business, but I don't really have the right mentorship, the right support system, the right advice, the people that have done it before, consider joining the community, consider engaging and checking it out and seeing what we have to offer. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you there if you happen to be in that space. And if you're not, and you're a professional, you're not running a business, the challenges are pretty similar. The stress of it can be quite similar. So feel free to join the community, feel free to check it out. And I look forward to meeting you at some point or having a conversation with you.